Welcome back to Mortgage Q&A with AJ. Today we will be talking about down payment assistance.
Right.
Take it away, AJ.
Man, what is down payment assistance?
Yeah.
All right, so one of the misconceptions in buying a home is people believe that you have to have, sometimes they say we have to have 20% down, right? Which is not true, right? You can have as little as 3% down. And then in this case, down payment assistance is a program that is here to put people in homes. They are looking for a certain income level. They are looking for a certain credit score. And if you meet that criteria and you don't have cash to put down on a home, they will help you with the financing. So what happens is under FHA, you normally would put 3.5% down to purchase a home.
FHA? Abbreviations?
Federal Housing, oh man. Oh, no.
Do you know?
Yeah, Federal Housing Authority, which we will get into. There's FHA loans, which is Federal Housing Authority, and then there's conventional loans. There's two types of lending and
Oh, is this another episode?
Right, a whole nother episode.
A whole other episode
on that one.
Okay.
But under the FHA, the down payment assistance, they will take the 3.5% down and they will give you a loan for that you don't even pay on, and the money goes to the back end of it. The reason why I like this is, think about it. Again, as we talked about earlier, if your rent is $2,200, but you can buy a home and it's $1,800 for the mortgage, but you just haven't been able to save the money. You've been paying off your debt. You don't have the funds in your bank account to purchase a home. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't own. You can pay for it monthly. You just haven't been able to save the cash to put down.
Right.
Some people would say, well, if you can't save the cash, why would you purchase? I'd say, why not?
Really?
Like, why not take advantage of these loans? There's still really good interest rates.
Yeah.
We're at an all-time low with these interest rates. You can afford the monthly debt. You've proven with your credit score, you've proven with your job history that you can afford it.
Right.
Why should you be any different?
But you'd have to be the right candidate to get the assistance.
Correct. You do. Yes, you do have to fit, which again, getting with the right loan officer who's able to tell you about this program, that works with it, that's very knowledgeable about this program. It is a tougher loan. It takes more time in the process. But as I said, I just want to bring truth to lending. I want to help everyone.
Yeah.
I have so many clients that I've put through this program.
Really?
That were so thankful that they could buy a home.
Wow.
They're sending pictures. It's kind of one of my favorite loans to do.
Okay.
And then they look back, and then later on when they sell that home and they put more money down on their next home, and that's their starter home that gets them to their second one, or to gets them to their forever home, it puts them in a position that's great for their family, and it's priceless.
Gives all people the opportunity to be homeowners.
Exactly, it really does, and it's a great program. One thing that I will say. There are grants. There are programs that have grants. The down payment assistance program is something that you do need to pay. You will pay back.
Right. For the people watching, specifically, what are the qualifications?
So you have to have a 660 credit score, minimum credit score.
Okay.
Credit score of 660. The income limits vary on your county. Depends on where you live. So in California, which I love, they raise the limits. I think you can make over 100,000 and you still qualify.
Really?
For this program. So that's really good because they understand in our area what the median average of income is and what you need to make to qualify to buy a home. Your debt to income ratio has to be under 45%. So it is a little tougher. So they're not, normally you can have a 50% debt to income ratio and you would qualify to buy a home, but under this down payment assistance, they don't want to make you house poor. They want to make sure that you can, that you really qualify. That you have
at least they're looking out for you.
Exactly, they are looking out for you. And that's really it. You have to have a 2-year job history. You can be self-employed or a W-2 earner. That's really it. You do, and also
it's
lastly,
a wider range than I thought.
Lastly, you do have to be a first-time home buyer.
Okay.
And what consists of a first-time home buyer is you just have not owned a property in the last 3 years.
Oh.
Right. You've owned before.
That's loose.
Correct. Yes, I know. You would think first-time home buyer means you've never bought a property ever. No,
Right.
the first-time home buyer rule is you just can't have owned a home in the last 3 years. So you've sold your property and you haven't owned one. You don't have any rental properties, things like that.
How would people even know this was something that they could do? I mean, I wish this information could get out to more people. You know?
It's not right. It's not something that everybody
unless they're
knows.
looking for a home, which people who don't have that cash to put down on a house, they're probably not even looking, you know, so they wouldn't think to ask the question, or they're not having that conversation with someone. I mean, it opens up doors of opportunities to so many more people.
I think like the biggest thing that I've seen from it when people connect with me about it, or I either bring it up or they ask about it, is the first thing is question to yourself is, I want to buy, but I don't have any money down.
Yeah.
When I get calls, real estate agents refer me purchases all the time and clients. So one of my questions is, have you been saving up for this day? I feel like it's a easy way to ask, and not confrontational of, do you have 20% to put down?
Do you have a down payment?
Exactly, right? Which can be kind of rude, right? It's just, have you been saving up for this day? And asking that question brings them to the point of, no, I don't. Or, okay, but I have $4,000, I have $5,000, knowing that that's not enough to put down on a home.
Right.
And then that's when I know immediately that's my trigger to go straight into, okay, this is where we're trying to see if you qualify for down payment assistance.
Right.
Right. And then that's the biggest key.
Wow. All right. Well, can you give us an example of someone that you personally worked with that you used the down payment assistance with?
Yeah. I actually have a client that we're closing on, I think, next week. She's a single mom and she has two boys. And I was referred to her from one of my real estate agents.
Okay.
And before we met, when she called me, she had been told from another lender that there was no financing for her. And I think maybe the lender just didn't have this program or didn't focus on it, because like I said, it's a tougher loan.
Right.
But it's kind of one of my ways that I got my start and got to reach out to agents to work with them, doing programs that other people don't want to take on. And from that, we were able to sit down with her. She came in, and when I broke the news to her that she qualified, it was more than she wanted to qualify for. She was very excited. She found her home very quickly, within a week. She was living in a neighborhood that she didn't want to raise her boys in. Now she's going to be able to send them to the school that they really want to go to. It's a smaller place, but she loves it. It's her home. And these are just,
afford it.
And it's affordable, and it's less than her rent. So she's putting herself in a great situation. And for me, like I said before, I take a lot of pride in these loans. Just being able to give information and see the happiness on people's face when they now get to buy their first home, and when they thought there was no chance, it just brings us great joy. And
it's such a really beautiful story.
Yeah. And it's awesome to just see the growth from it.
Wow. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing week of Mortgage Q&A with AJ. And to any of the viewers out there who could potentially be first-time home buyers who aren't even looking into it because you feel like you wouldn't be able to afford it. Now, after today's episode, there might be solutions out there for you. So, go shop for a lender and make sure you shop and ask those questions, because maybe it is the right time. Anyway, we will see you next week. Thanks for